You ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
What do you bring to the table? Like, you want people to describe Kareem Lopez, the basketball player. What do you want to hear?
I feel like I'm just a winning player. You know, someone that's gonna contribute to winning, a competitor. You know, a high IQ player. You know, someone that's gonna play the right way. And yeah, like I said, like the first thing I said, just contribute to winning.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
From the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum. We're in downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there, producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you're ready for the NFL because it's back, at least in exhibition form. The Hall of Fame game is tonight. Panthers, Cardinals in Canton, Ohio. I know Bennett's going to watch. We're going to see if he can convince me to join him. We're going to do it momentarily. I want to be fired up for the NFL like the rest of the country.
All right.
I don't want to feel like an outsider. The NFL's back. People are excited. I want to be excited too. It's your job to turn me up. We're going to do it in a second. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. Mixing it up a little bit today, trying to be less rigid.
Okay, I like that.
We're going to see how I handle it. All right?
Back from vacation, you know.
Trying to be a little less rigid.
Yeah. Do it like the Europeans do.
Just mix it up when I have to.
Just embrace life.
Embrace life.
Slow down, embrace life.
Go with the flow.
Yes.
Go with the flow, I think, is good advice, right? We're going to try to go with the flow. We're mixing it up today. So when we finish this open, what we're going to do is take a break, come back, and do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, Kansas City Chiefs coach Andy Reid. He has taken issue publicly with anybody saying Travis Kelce is running around training camp with a, quote, dad bod. I'll give you the full quote. We're going to do that in about 25 minutes. Cleveland Browns receiver Jerry Jeudy has clarified a viral video in which he appeared to suggest he wants Deshaun Watson to be his starting quarterback this season. I'm going to do my best to explain what happened. We're going to do that later on in the show. Former Grizzly Dillon Brooks has agreed to a 3-year, $73 million contract extension with the Phoenix Suns. And you know what? Good for him.
Damn right.
Good for him. That dude nicest way I could put it is he frustrated me while he was here. But I can appreciate and respect how things have turned out for him. So we're gonna applaud Dillon the villain. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do it in the next segment. What's wrong with Paul Skeens? That's a headline that's popping up after the NL Cy Young Award winner lost again last night in Milwaukee. We're going to try to answer that question. We're going to do it in the next segment. And there's now some additional reporting on how it came to be that Memphis, at best, will be hosting what amounts to a minor league golf tournament starting in 2028. I'll share those notes with you. Pull some quotes from a Jeff Calkins column. We're going to do it during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. And then in about an hour, this is the mixing it up part. The Commercial Appeal's Jason Munz. He's going to join me here in studio. He broke the news yesterday about the PGA Tour downgrading its annual stop in Memphis. I'm going to ask him to provide some context for us when he joins me in the second hour. And yes, we will also obviously talk Tiger basketball. Jason Munz is going to be here in the second hour. Then we'll eventually do GP's carry out and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to. But if you don't mind, I want to start in the NFL because tonight, and I know you don't mind.
Okay, let's do this.
Tonight, for the first time since February 8th, 2026, Bennett, we're going to have men in NFL uniforms tackling each other in a game.
Okay.
It has been 179 days since we last watched an NFL game. You might remember it was the Seahawks and the Patriots. They call it the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Bad Bunny, remember him?
Yes.
He rapped in Spanish, infuriated a bunch of weirdos.
I remember it well.
Oh, man. Since then, we've had lots of, basketball. We've had lots of baseball. We've had a World Cup.
Yep.
We've watched the Strait of Hormuz open and close about 30 times.
At least.
Man, that's something. Man, that's something else, isn't it? But what we haven't done since the Super Bowl, we haven't watched men in NFL uniforms chase each other in an actual football game. It's been 179 days since we last did that. But it changes tonight, 7 p.m. Central, NBC. The NFL is back. Big Bet Bennett, it's good to see you on a Thursday morning. On a scale of 1 to 7, how turned are you for Panthers-Cardinals in Canton, Ohio?
I would say about a...
The scale's 1 to 7.
Okay, I would say like about a 7 for the first quarter.
A 7 for the first quarter?
Yes,
Okay.
because I said this to JB today. The Hall of Fame game is good for reprogramming us into football mode.
That's right.
Like you have to see it, remember it. You know how do the flows of an NFL game, the flows of a football game.
That's
like,
right.
It's just it reprograms us to get ready for football season. It's been 179 days.
It's been a while since I last seen a concussion.
Got what it's like.
It's been a while since I've seen a concussion up close.
And so I always turn it on because I just want to see football again on my screen. I don't know. I know who the quarterbacks are going to be tonight. Can I introduce you Kenny Pickett versus Carson Beck? We just saw Carson Beck play. Didn't he play in a national championship game?
I think that's
I forget where he played last.
Miami.
I believe he was at Miami. Yes.
Yeah,
we just watched him play in a national championship game. So, I mean, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Kenny Pickett's been around for a minute.
He's been around for a minute.
The Panthers went to the playoffs last year.
I think that's true.
The Panthers went to the playoffs last year. As far as anybody else that's going to be playing in this game, I got nothing for you. I don't think you're going to see Jeremiah Love, rookie sensation.
I can already tell you're not going to see Jeremiah
You're not?
Love.
Okay.
He has been ruled out.
So much for that.
That's officially.
Okay.
I'd rather you hear it from me than somebody else.
Okay.
Jeremiah Love's not going to play tonight.
Let's get serious for a second. We understand everybody in the NFL hates the preseason. Everybody that is involved with the NFL and gets paid money by the NFL hates the preseason. Okay? We know that. That's fine. This is supposed to be like a big event. Like it's the Hall of Fame game.
On NBC, 7:00.
Why can't we just run out some relevant players for a series? Why? First off, you're the Cardinals and the Panthers.
Yeah, so this is probably as big as it gets for you.
Why can't we just run them out for a series?
Concussions and ACLs and stuff like that.
Okay, that's fine. So then how about these two teams then take a break in the next preseason game?
Bennett, are you trying to reorganize the NFL preseason schedule right here?
I would like to reorganize the NFL preseason schedule. I feel like that we should probably throw in some relevant players in the Hall of Fame game just to get people's juices flowing, just to get people a little bit more excited.
Okay. But I would submit who is a more relevant player that you could throw out there tonight that people would be at least somewhat interested in seeing more so than Carson Beck?
It's pretty good.
College star.
It's pretty good.
Played a national championship game. Dated one of them little twins.
Oh, yeah, he did date one of the twins.
I don't think he was as faithful as she would have liked.
Oh, crap.
It's none of my business. I
didn't know that.
It was never any of my business.
Yeah.
But it just kept showing up on my timeline.
I didn't know that.
It wasn't my business. I'm not here to judge. But I just kept seeing it. It looked like maybe he wasn't the best. Either way, he's a famous quarterback. That's what I'm trying to say. He made a lot of money to leave one place and go to another place and play college football. That's the way college athletics works now. And now tonight, for the first time since we watched him, I think, throw an interception to lose a national championship, we get to watch him in a Hall of Fame game. I mean, what else could you possibly want on August 6, 2026?
Right. It's pretty good. I mean, I do like they'll do the interviews with the inductees. So, like, you'll get to see Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald get introduced and
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly will be.
Is that his name?
Luke Kuechly, yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer.
It's actually Adam Vinatieri. It's actually a pretty interesting Hall of Fame
that
class
Adam
this
Vinatieri
year.
guy, he used to kick balls, I think.
He did used to kick balls. And so they'll interview these guys throughout the night and
think
stuff
he still
like
kicks balls?
I would think so. Yeah, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
That's right.
I doubt he's going to return, and do that. He's
Never
going to
know.
the Hall of Fame. No, well, I don't think he's allowed.
Phillip Rivers might.
So, I'll watch and I will consume. Am I super excited? No, I'm not. But I will watch and consume.
Can I interest you in the debut of new Cardinals head coach Mike LaFleur?
I had no clue because that's Matt LaFleur's brother. I had no idea.
We now have
JB educated me on that today.
We now have 2 LaFleurs and 2 Harbaughs.
Yes.
Coaching in the NFL.
Well, everybody says Matt LaFleur's an offensive genius, so that might bode well for the Cardinals franchise.
Just because your brother's an offensive genius doesn't necessarily make you an offensive genius.
Maybe not. That could be true.
Yeah,
that could be true.
Like I got 3 boys, and they're all brothers with each other.
Yeah,
very different.
Yeah,
you know, one of them's good at something, the other one can't do it at all.
I don't even know if Mike LaFleur is it Mike.
It's Mike and Matt.
I don't even know if Mike coaches offense.
Let's learn together. You want to learn together?
Yeah, I just assumed he was probably an offensive coordinator.
Let's learn together about Mike LaFleur.
Where was Mike in his last stop? I'm gonna say Mike was with the Chargers.
He previously served as the offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, same city. That's pretty close.
Sounds like an offensive genius.
That's pretty close.
He's starting to sound like an offensive genius to me.
Yeah, man.
How is it possible to have 2 offensive geniuses from the same family?
I mean, I don't know. That's pretty good.
Imagine you're an NFL franchise with a terrible offense, and you can't figure it out ever. Mm-hmm. And then there's just one family over here, and they got 2 offensive geniuses coming out the same house. Yeah. Them dudes probably slept in the same bedroom at one point.
I mean, dude, I mean, Seth Curry's built a whole NBA career off of it. Like,
that's disrespectful.
It's not. That was disrespectful. Seth Curry has been a really good NBA player for a long time.
That's overstating it.
He has a 3-point specialist. 3-point specialist.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
I would argue Seth Curry's in the NBA because he's good enough to be there.
Yes.
I think the person you're looking more closely at is a Bronny James and maybe...
That's a father-son.
Okay, the other Antetokounmpo.
There's your comp.
That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. The other Antetokounmpo is the one who probably just been riding his brother's coattail. I don't think you get to become the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals just because your brother's an offensive genius.
I don't think so either.
I think you got to prove yourself to be an offensive genius.
Yes.
This is my whole thing I've always said about Joe Buck. People always busting up Joe. I don't even know if that's true. Do people bust up Joe Buck?
I think people I like Joe Buck.
I like Joe Buck. But there was a time where I'd hear people every once in a while be like, well, you know Joe Buck, you know who his dad was. And I was like, yeah, I know who his dad was. And they're like, well, I mean, so you get it, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like,
no, I don't get it.
I'm like, your dad being a famous broadcaster can obviously get you in some doors. Uh-huh. Right?
Yes.
But you don't get to call the World Series because your dad was famous.
Correct.
You got to earn that.
Yeah.
That might get you on like a, that can get you a cable package somewhere.
Yeah.
If your dad is really a mover and a shaker in the broadcasting world. Mm-hmm. But at some point, it don't matter who your dad is. You can either do the job or you can't.
Yeah.
And I was always defensive I was always trying to fight for Joe Buck, even though I've never met that man in my life, because I didn't like people who are like, well, the only reason he got that job. I'm like, no, the only reason he maybe got his first job or his second job or his third job, that might have been because of his dad.
Yeah.
His dad ain't got nothing to do with him getting the World Series job and the Super Bowl job and the Monday Night Football job.
Right.
That's you earn that. Your dad gets you in the door, then you got to take it from there.
Yeah.
I applaud Joe Buck.
I do too.
I'm going to assume Mike LaFleur is more like Joe Buck than the other Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
So
sure.
we get to see his debut tonight. Hey, if you're an offensive genius, prove it tonight.
Yeah, prove it.
Prove it on NBC tonight. Prove it on NBC tonight if you're an offensive genius.
What else you got? Yeah, come on.
Buddy, I got plenty.
I tried. I think I did pretty good.
Are you concerned at all about, and if you want to know, hey, to circle back to your initial question, why don't they run out some real players, Bennett? Have you educated yourself on Carolina's preseason injury issues?
What's going on?
They've been devastated.
What's going on?
I mean, second-year edge, Nick Scordon, torn ACL.
Damn.
Yeah. Rookie receiver, Chris Brazell, the second, torn LCL.
Damn.
Yeah. They've already also lost 2 offensive linemen and a defensive lineman. This all happened in the first 2 weeks of camp.
They still got Chuba Hubbard, right? He's still there.
You're not allowed to ask me questions.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You're not allowed to ask me questions.
I think Chuba Hubbard's still in Carolina. He's not going to play tonight.
You're not allowed to ask me questions.
Yeah.
I can only.
They got to start up.
The way this is supposed to work, I reference my notes in an attempt to look like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But if you start asking follow-ups, I'm a little bit like a politician who doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
You start asking follow-ups. Like you see at John Daly Show, Jon Stewart, John Fetterman interview.
Yes.
It felt like every time he asked a follow-up, the guy just didn't know what he was talking about.
Sure.
I'm like in this situation, Hall of Fame game, I'm more like John Fetterman than I am, Mel Kiper.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm more John Fetterman than Adam Schefter.
They got Tedero McMillan. He's an up-and-coming receiver in this league.
Of course.
I don't think you'll see him tonight.
How concerned were you about Marvin Harrison's role last season?
Well, GP.
Do you think it needs to increase?
No, I don't. I think he's got to. Maybe get out of his own head a little bit.
You think he's his own problem?
I think I think there's maybe a mental thing going on there. Yeah.
He was the 4th overall pick.
He was the 4th overall pick. It has not gone super well. There have been flashes, but I would say maybe he's in his head a little bit.
Some people think his role needs to increase.
Well, some people would also say that he hasn't had a good quarterback throwing him the football. I mean, I would argue Jacoby Brissett's been in this league for a long time.
He's QB1 right now.
Yeah, if he's QB1, I think he should be able to get him the ball. But I think once that ball's in there, it's going to be on Marv to receive and enter the end zone.
How would you feel if you were a Marvin Harrison, son of a legend, 4th overall pick, and your QB1 is Jacoby Brissett and your QB2 is Gardner Minshew? Would you feel like you're set up
Carson Beck's QB3?
Right now, but there's some thought that he could push Minshew for QB2. Bennett, I've studied.
Okay. This does make tonight a little bit more interesting.
Hold on. You're supposed to fire me up, and now I'm firing you up.
Hold on now.
You were supposed to fire me up, and now I'm firing you up.
Hold on now. You didn't preface this by saying we had a QB2 competition going on.
There's a QB2 competition tonight in Canton, Ohio.
Hold up.
There's a QB2 competition going on tonight in Canton, Ohio.
I think I might be interested now. I think I might be a little more interested now.
We're going to know a lot more about the backup quarterback situation in Carolina by the time we go to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to have some clarification on what's going on in that quarterback room in Carolina by the time we go to bed tonight.
Okay, good. You mean Arizona. That's fine.
Arizona,
yes,
yeah.
Correct, yes. I think Carolina's good. They got Bryce. They got Kenny. They're set.
Yeah. Bryce and Kenny on the other side.
Yeah.
Over in Arizona, that's where we got them fellas I was just talking about.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, listen, I'm ready now. On a scale of 1 to 7, I'll put it at a 7 for at least the first quarter, and after that, you gotta. That's your job to hang on to me.
This is a little bit like lead a horse to water, but you can't make me drink.
Right. Like
you'll take me to the water.
Yes.
But then it's up to me to drink.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be seated, but once we get this thing started, it's on you guys to
keep me interested.
Yeah.
Do you think they can keep me interested?
No.
Here's the problem. What else would I be interested in tonight?
That's a fair point.
There's a big WNBA game.
There is. JB was talking about that. I mean, we got Aces Fever tonight. That's fun.
Never know what that old Sophie's going to say.
I know they had her on TV last night as like a correspondent because they were playing. They had like the doubleheader on USA
buddy,
Network.
She's on TV every night now.
I know. But that's I saw her making the rounds. Yeah. She was good last night.
She's been making the rounds.
She was good last night.
She's so we got that. I could. Hey, NFL, can the NFL prevent me from turning my attention to Aces fever? That's the question.
I'm gonna answer that with probably not.
This is really where it does stink to not have the Mets relevant.
Oh,
I mean, I don't watch baseball anymore. I just won't even turn it on.
Yeah.
I'm so depressed about it, I won't turn it on. And so every night it's like, what do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Like last night, do you want to know what I did? Watch the final season of The Bear from start to finish again.
What, you doubled up? You've already seen it once.
Yeah, but then my wife was like, hey, I want to watch it. And I was like, I'll watch it with you. And because what else am I going to do?
Yeah.
Because it was that great. I was happy to watch it again. Mm-hmm. And on second watch, I picked up on so many little things that I didn't catch the first time around. I actually enjoyed watching it a second time last night.
Not bad.
I can't. I don't know. You know, as my little guy might say, I don't mean to glaze. I'm not trying to glaze the Bear, but I thought the last season of the Bear was excellent.
We're making our way through it. I'm enjoying it so far.
I love it.
Okay.
I love every character. They're all messed up. Mm-hmm. Every character is flawed and struggling in some way to get wherever they're trying to get.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. And I just loved everything. But if the Mets were relevant, or if it was a different time of the year, I'd have been like, I don't know if I can watch this again. Mm-hmm. But like last night, it was like, what am I going to watch for the next 6 hours?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I'll just watch the Bear with you again. That's where we're at. That's what the Mets embarrassing themselves have done to my summer. Every night's a struggle. I have to wonder. For much of my life, I've never had to wonder what to put on television on a summer night. Just put it on, whether you watch it or not. It's just there. It's just comfort. The Mets are on, just comfort. And now I'm like, I'm like against it. I won't turn it on. Period.
I can't say I blame you. I can't say I blame you. I mean, I haven't watched my team in weeks.
You lost your catcher.
I just don't. I'm done. Yeah. It's every. I know. I said that I know they got a haul, but it's like he was one of my favorite players on the team, and it's like this happens every couple years. One of my favorite guys gets moved. Yeah.
It sucks. I would, in terms of baseball fandom, I'd rather be over here than there.
Yeah.
Because at least I know my owner is going to go for it.
They're going to get the guy.
I mean, eventually, you keep throwing $350 million at something, eventually you're going to get it right.
Yeah.
You will. You keep doing what you do.
Yeah.
It never must end. You were 2.5 games out of a playoff spot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they just punted.
Yeah, man. I know. Won 100 games, 3 years ago.
The same thing with the Tigers.
Yeah.
And the Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they were right there. Could they have got there? I don't know. But they had a not insignificant chance to make the playoffs and just said, no, we're done. Mm-hmm. No. When your own team isn't even trying.
No.
And I want to be clear, baseball is different than basketball because I actually understand it in basketball. Like in the NBA, in an incredible draft where A.J. DeBonsa, Darren Peterson, Cameron Boozer, Caleb Wilson are going to be available. I actually understand why, let's say you're a game and a half out of 10th in the West, and you're like, okay, we can get into this play-in. But then we're probably going to lose the first game. And if we win the first one, we're probably then going to lose the next one. And if we happen to win 2, then we're going to get swept out of the whole thing by whatever. Mm-hmm. I actually understand, it ain't worth it.
Right.
Get into the lottery and try to get Cameron Boozer. I get that. In baseball, do you know what we've learned? You just get in the tournament. And anything can happen. Wild card teams win the World Series.
Yes.
If you're Detroit, all right, I don't know where we're going, but you get in a best of 3 series and Skubal's throwing one of them, by definition, you got a chance.
Right.
And they just give up on a realistic chance to have something special. Multiple teams in Major League Baseball at the trade deadline, even though there is data and history that shows if you just get in the tournament, baseball's different than you get in the college football playoff if you're frankly, Tulane, you're losing. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You're going to get your brains beat in. James Madison, get in the tournament. you're going to get your brains beat in eventually, probably quickly. Basketball, similar. In baseball, just getting in the tournament can. Ole Miss, a few years. This is the one that.
Right.
It frustrates me when college administrators try to make the Ole Miss baseball argument. They're like, well, Ole Miss barely got into the NCAA tournament a few years ago, and then they won the College World Series because that's baseball. That won't happen in basketball. It'll never happen in football, but it can happen in baseball.
Yeah.
And when you see teams like the Orioles or the Tigers, and so many other franchises just don't even try. It is where, I get the whole sentiment, anti-Dodger stuff, but at least the Dodgers are trying.
For sure.
They're going for it every time.
That's right.
Too many MLB franchises don't even try.
No.
And even when they're close, they give up.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even try to be great, but if they happen to luck into very good, then they just give up.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be over here than that.
Yep.
At least I know the Mets will try.
Right.
They might be too incompetent to ever get anywhere, but they'll at least try.
Yeah, and then the fact they sent Adley to the Red Sox, I'm just like, come on, man. It sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah.
So I don't have baseball to watch. That's the point of that little sidetrack. So I'm going to try the NFL tonight.
Let's do it.
And I'll also try the WNBA tonight.
I
will turn that on. It'll just be it's the Aces and the Fever.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yep, that'll be good.
So, yeah. So,
okay.
All right. I think we got our night's plan.
Let's do it.
All right. Now it's time to take a break. We're going to come back, and I'm going to show you a picture of Travis Kelce that shows you he's not as fat as people keep telling you that he is.
Okay.
People said he has a dad bod.
I've seen it.
That's something you should say about me, not Travis Kelce. All right? Look at me. Aim that at me.
Yeah.
Don't aim that at Travis Kelce. I'll show you a picture. We'll do that next.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Whole city turns up. Where the best belong. Never love. Shit, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love. Yeah, never love. Bluff City show out, gotta never love. Never love. Shit, never love. Got soul, got heart, got pride, gotta never love. Yeah, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Everybody says about you, they're like, he wins at every level, right? He won in high school, he won in AAU, he won in college. Just explain to me how. What is winning basketball?
I think it's just showing up every day. I don't cheat the game. I show up at work, I have high energy, great coaching. First and foremost, I've always been surrounded by great coaches and players who really want to buy in and win. People talk about my winning, but you can't do that without a team.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are on their way to a new era, and now's the perfect time to buy in and secure your seat to witness history. With the 2026-27 half-season tickets, you can see the future take shape in real time. With a talented draft class joining our young core and starting this season, half-season ticket holders can own the moments with all new MVP benefits, including inside access to exclusive events, perks that match your passion, and rewards that take your fan experience to the next level. More information, visit grizzlies.com/tickets or just call 901-888-HOOP or grizzlies.com/tickets.
University of Memphis men's basketball program for the commercial appeal. We also broke the news yesterday morning that the PGA Tour is going to downgrade the annual golf tournament stop here in Memphis, Tennessee. Jason Munn's going to be in studio with me. Well, get him to add some context to that story. He'll be here right around 11 o'clock. Right now, I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Andy Reid, the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, was asked yesterday about comments directed at his star tight end, Travis Kelce, and what has been described by people on the internet as a dad bod. Did you see Andy Reid's quotes about Taylor Swift's husband, Travis Kelce?
I didn't see.
About his dad bod. Okay, so this was brought to Andy Reid, and Andy Reid, he told CBS Sports, he said, I don't know what's going on. Travis came back in good shape. Everybody thought he was going to come back with this dad bod that I heard about. And I'm going, this guy looks the same as he's always looked. Everything is tight, man. He's out here. He's running. He's competing. Patrick Mahomes trusts him like crazy. I love seeing it 14 years in, and he's still going strong. You might have seen there was a picture that circulated of Travis Kelce where he looked, a little bigger than normal. But here's an actual picture that an actual reporter took at camp yesterday. That's Travis Kelce walking around training camp yesterday. Does that look like a dad bod to you?
Oh, it looks like a man in football shape to me.
If that's a dad bod, buddy, I wouldn't mind having one of them.
That looks like a man in football shape. I did see there was like a video that was going around. This is where people were talking about, and he did like the gut did look like a little.
I saw it. I saw what you saw.
Here's the thing, bro.
I saw what you saw.
Here's the thing, bro. As someone who has a dad bod and is a dad, there's the gut fluctuation.
Yeah.
Like it comes and goes. You can be like in the working out as much as you want and everything like that, but buddy, you like eat a cookie and drink a Coke, like that thing is going to protrude just a little bit, and then you got to get it back. Like it's like, I mean, this is a day-to-day thing. This ain't a week-to-week thing. This is a day-to-day thing.
I have always had a belly.
I've always had a little belly.
I mean, if I've weighed 195 pounds or 155 pounds,
you still got a little belly.
I will have a belly at 155.
Yeah. How do you get rid of that?
I think setups and, stuff like that.
Is that true? I mean, I do sit-ups.
I don't. I think sit-ups probably help. That's what I heard. I don't know, though. I mean, I'm not a personal trainer. I'm a lot of things, but not a personal trainer.
I think I got, is it high, do you want high metabolism or low metabolism?
I would like mine to be high.
You want high because that burns the fat?
That's what I was told.
You want high metabolism? I got low metabolism.
I got low metabolism.
I got low metabolism.
I have terrible metabolism.
It sucks.
My metabolism
I don't think I'm
stinks.
alone, but like it just.
No, I'm with you. We both have low metabolism. Our metabolism sucks.
Like,
if you want me, I think I have terrible testosterone too.
I have bad testosterone.
If you just want me to put it all out there,
I think I have bad low T. That's low.
Low T.
That's low as well.
I think I got low T.
Low T.
Why do I have high cholesterol but low testosterone? Wouldn't it be so much better if I had the opposite of that? Low cholesterol and high testosterone.
But like some other thing.
I want high metabolism and low cholesterol. And instead I get high cholesterol and low metabolism.
Yeah. Yeah.
God did me dirty.
Yeah.
God did me dirty.
That's tough because like I feel like I feel like I'm putting in some work and there's just no results. There's just no results.
There's no results. And sometimes I look at people and I'm like, you can't possibly work hard enough to have that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
And like if you told me I could do an hour a day to have that, I'd do that. But I feel like an hour a day would just
right.
It wouldn't make me like that.
I saw this. There was a tweet that went viral, and it was some guy saying that I work out 5 days a week, an hour every single day, just to maintain. Not to look like a sculpted athlete, just to like not look like a slob.
God.
And I'm
Isn't that depressing?
man, that sucks.
That's a hard way to live.
And it's true.
Damn.
Like I feel like I would have to work out every single day, multiple hours a day, to like look kind of good.
You think there's any scenario if I put $1 million on the table and I said, Bennett, it's yours, but the only way you get this money is 1 year from today, you got to walk in a room dressed like Matt Damon in The Odyssey, and you got to look like Matt Damon in The Odyssey.
Yeah.
You think you could look like Matt Damon in The Odyssey?
Obviously, I would try to do that.
I feel like you'd put in a good effort, but could you do it?
I don't think my body would allow it.
I don't think my body would allow it. I don't think my body would allow it. I think my body would be like, at some point, my body would be like, just stop.
Like,
you know we can't do this. I feel like my body would pull me aside and be like, come on, man, you know we can't do this. We've never been able to do this.
Like, I think that there would be like a 6-pack of abs just underneath my little gut that won't go away.
That's what I think
would happen.
I don't think I'd ever get rid of it.
I don't think I would either.
I think you could always make yourself better, but at the end of the day, if you were meant to look like an NFL wide receiver, you'd already be down that path a little ways.
Yes.
I feel like this is what I'm supposed to look like.
Yeah, I guess me too.
I never assumed Travis Kelce was going to report out of shape. You want to know why? Because he just got married. You ever seen people who just get married? Not everybody, but lots of them. Like, I just went to a wedding.
Yes.
I think I told you about it.
I'm going to a wedding next week.
Okay.
John Roser's wedding.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look at Roser. Looks good, doesn't he? Look at Jennifer. Looks good. Everybody looks good.
Everybody looks good.
Because when you're getting ready for a wedding, that's when you start, like, these pictures are going to last forever, right? I don't know that everybody does it. I don't think I remember doing it. I think I probably let everybody down. But I think in general, like, I was just at a wedding, and the bride and the groom, buddy, they'd never been in better shape. They would both tell you that. Mid-30s, and neither one of them, they didn't look like this when they were, let's say they're both 34. They didn't look like this when they were 29, 24, 19, 14. I mean, I don't know what they look like when they're 14, but you get the point. They're in the best shape of their life right now, and if you were to ask them why, I don't know what they'd say, but my assumption would be, well, we were getting married, and we wanted to be in the best shapes of our lives for the wedding. And same thing with Travis Kelce, right? You don't think he wanted to look good for Taylor on his wedding day?
I think he did.
Right. And so he got in shape for his wedding, and now he's in shape for training camp. Maybe we should stop body shaming him and just leave him alone.
Let's leave him alone.
Let's leave him alone.
We got to see how much he's got left in the tank, though.
Yeah, that's the other problem is that he might look good, but I don't know how good he is at football anymore.
Yeah.
But that's between him and his coach.
We're going to find out.
That's none of my business.
Number 2.
All right. You hear about this Jerry Jeudy thing?
No.
Okay.
What's going on?
Well, he plays for the Browns. You know that.
I knew that.
Okay. And he catches balls for the Browns. Okay. They got a quarterback thing going on there. Buddy, if you think they got one going on in Arizona, you don't know nothing about what's going on in Cleveland.
Which is weird. I just assumed Shador was going to be the guy.
Well, they paid the other dude hundreds of millions of dollars.
Who, Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worked out well.
Well, he just wouldn't. Allegedly, he wouldn't stop being a weirdo creep.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Bro, just get a massage and just get out of there.
Yep.
You know? God, can't you just lay there and just get out of there? What are you getting all weird?
Not.
What are you getting all weird and creepy for all the time,
Guess
allegedly?
Not.
All right. So, yeah, I guess that's what they're struggling with, right? They got the one quarterback that they drafted before Shador, and then they got Shador, and then they got creepo Deshaun Watson, right?
Yes.
So they're trying to figure that out. I wish them luck. Anyway, Jerry Jeudy, he catches balls for the Cleveland Browns. And a TikTok video went viral because that's what TikTok videos do.
Yep.
If I know one thing about TikTok videos, it's that they go viral. So a video went viral, and it's basically him going like this. That's 4. You know who wears number 4?
Deshaun?
That weirdo creep Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
So this got interpreted into, oh, wow. I guess Jerry Jeudy's, he's made his case. I guess we know who he wants to play quarterback, QB1 in Cleveland this year. He's decided with Deshaun Watson. So naturally, the media goes to him and says, like, hey, we saw the video. He's like, yeah, that's an edited video somebody did. Do you know what the actual video was? And they're like, they did that. They said, They said, well, no, what? He said, it's a video of me and my daughter on her 4th birthday.
Oh.
And I show my daughter in the video, and then I go, she's 4 years old.
Okay.
And they cut that.
And say he's, okay.
This is where we're at.
Yeah, that would have, because it would have made a lot of sense because the last thing I saw was Deshaun Watson's not having a great training camp. So
it wouldn't make any sense because you wouldn't do that, period. No. All right? And this is where we're at. I don't care.
No, they drafted 2 quarterbacks.
No, my larger point is that we've reached a point where athletes, by definition, if we didn't do it before today, we're doing it today. Athletes have to explain things that aren't even real.
Right.
That people see on the internet. Like, real people went to that man and said, so what was this about? He was like, it was about a fake video. It's a fake video. You're asking me about a fake video right now. And this happens every day now. I remember not too long ago where if you saw a picture on the internet or a video on the internet, you could reasonably assume that's a real picture, that's a real video. And now you have no idea. Like that Perez Hilton thing the other day. You see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Whew.
That was real, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but you know what? When I first saw it, you know what I thought?
It was fake.
I just didn't know. It's just I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I like
That appears very real.
Yeah, that looked real.
That was disturbing as hell.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I did see. Can I?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I saw a lot of people. I saw a lot of people being like, "Don't watch it. It's super disturbing." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "That's pretty tame compared to some of the shit I watch."
Are you ready for
some
this?
of the videos me and you send each other?
All right,
buddy.
This is where I know I've lost my way.
Yeah, we have for sure lost our way.
I had the exact same thought.
Uh-huh.
I woke up yesterday morning and everybody was like, "Man, you could not watch this."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Okay." And I didn't for about 3 minutes. I was like, "Okay, I'm not watching it." And then I couldn't help it.
Yeah, right.
And then I was like, I gotta see
this.
I gotta see what's going on. And I watched it and I was like,
pretty bad.
Yeah, not great. Not great. But like,
it's pretty bad.
I see worse every day.
Yeah.
I see worse every day.
Yeah.
Worse finds me every single day.
Dude, I saw a video of a streamer in Mexico. They're outside of a pizza shop, and then a dude just pulls up on the motorcycles like pop, 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 and then it's over.
I thought for sure they were going to cut. I thought for sure they were going to pause the video.
Yes.
Nope.
No, it's just rolling.
It just rolled. I watched it 7 times.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was wild. You think you're just doing a live stream right up until you catch a bullet in the chest.
Man.
Woo.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I see some wild things. So I saw Perez Hilton, and I was like, I wonder if this is real. And is this real? Are we sure this is real? And then it was like, yeah, that's real. And then my next thought was like, not as bad as I thought. but sad. Can we say that?
Of course.
Yes,
that goes without saying.
It goes without saying. The reason I didn't say it earlier because it goes without saying. Obviously sad.
Right.
Anyway, Jerry, I don't know if Jerry Jeudy has a preference on who's going to play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns this season. But if he does, he has not disclosed that on TikTok with 4 digits. That's a fake video. We need to be more careful.
We sure do.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Congratulations to Dillon Brooks.
Shout out, DB.
3 years, $73 million. That's a contract extension with the Phoenix Suns. Good for him.
It is good for him.
Can we just say good for him?
It is good for him. I commend the Suns for doing this, and here's why. They're a surprise team last year. They get in the playoffs. Obviously, he is a big part of that. We know he brings a level of competitiveness to all the teams that he's on, right? Like he just always has.
Say whatever you want about Dillon Brooks. I'm willing to be fair. Seems like there's enough evidence at this point to where whatever are the negatives seem to be outweighed by the positives.
Yeah.
He seems to make his teams better in whatever way he does.
Right. And I got to give the Suns credit for what they're doing because, like, listen, obviously they have Devin Booker. They just signed Dillon to that new deal. They got Mark Williams. Like, they're getting some stuff done. I don't think either of us think that they have any chance whatsoever to compete for an NBA championship this season. But
you can say that by the way, you can say about 26 teams probably.
And for me, like, sometimes, listen, I would give more than anything in the world for my team to win a championship. But at the same time, like, I like going to the playoffs and just having fun seasons and just being competitive. Like, I think that there's something to that. And, like, if I was a Suns fan, I think I'd be saying the same thing. I'd be like, you know what? Like, let's see what happens. We don't think we have a chance to win a championship, but we were good last year. We were surprising. Let's see what happens. Let's try to run this thing back.
I think there was a period of time in this city, at least, where we got a little spoiled as fans with Tiger basketball and the Grizzlies, and it didn't line up exactly like, this year to that year perfectly, but we went through a string of Tiger basketball years where, like, they're always in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
That was under Cal. And then we went through a string with the Grizzlies where it's like, they're always in the playoffs.
Right.
And then you start moving the goalpost a little bit. You start raising the standards. Because if you never go to the playoffs and you never go to the NCAA tournament, buddy, all you want to do is go back to the NCAA tournament. I remember, because I was the beat writer, the first time John Calipari took the Tigers to the NCAA tournament as the head coach at the University of Memphis. And it was the first time that the Tigers had been to the NCAA tournament since Larry Finch. And I remember writing the story. This is the player that is leading this program back to the NCAA tournament for the first time. Didn't matter where it went. It was just they're there. It's just nice to be back in. And then John went every year. And then it was but are we going to enough Final Fours? And then Josh would go most years, at least at first. And it was yeah, but we're not going to the Elite Eight anymore.
Right.
And the Grizzlies would get in the playoffs. And it's yeah, but what? But we're not winning enough. And I think what you lose track of a little bit, and I do this myself, I think it's very natural for sports fans. You just start moving the bars.
Right.
But what you forget is it's kind of fun to just be good.
Yes.
When you are good consistently, then you automatically want to be great. Mm-hmm. All right? And then when you're not great, you get frustrated. But if you ever get bad, you'll remember that it was kind of fun to be good.
That's all right.
And right now, Phoenix looks like it can be good.
Yes.
This ain't going to make them great, but he'll make them good.
Yep.
And I bet they'll have fun doing that.
I think they'll have fun, too.
So congratulations to Dillon Brooks. It's going to end up since he's left here, he has now signed.
Oh, he gotten paid. Yes.
So I want to say it's $153 million.
Mm-hmm.
He will have, since leaving the Grizzlies, signed in total contracts covering 7 years and $153 million.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
He did once upon a time sit on a microphone and say that he was, it was the big three, him, John, Jared. You look back and it's huh.
We laughed at that. Because it was laughable. We don't have to lie to each other. It was a stupid thing for him to say. But look up now. Who has more value in the NBA at this moment?
I mean,
Dillon Brooks or John Morant?
Well, I mean, you can't argue with what we're seeing with that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Right now, who would you rather have on your team? Who would, not you, I'm not asking you, who would NBA teams rather have on their team right now? Not everyone. But I think you could reasonably say Dillon Brooks holds more value in the NBA right now than John Morant. And that was a wild thing to think about when we were laughing at him when he said he's part of the big three. We laughed at him. I laughed at him.
I'm with you that he holds more value right now, but that could obviously change very quickly if Ja plays.
Of course.
That's, you know what I mean? That'll change immediately if Ja plays the whole season.
Yeah, I don't even mean to turn this into an anti-John Morant thing.
No.
I just mean that
we're talking about what Dillon said years ago.
I used to laugh at that guy.
Yeah.
And when the franchise decided to move on from him, I applauded that. And in that moment, I thought it was the right thing to do. But I can understand, if people want to say he's got the last laugh, I get that. He's now agreed to 7 years worth of contracts for $153 million.
I love that guy.
I know you did.
I love that guy.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I know you did. So congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it there. Congratulations to Dillon Brooks.
Number 4.
Hey, what's wrong with Paul Skeens?
Is he not playing well? I'm getting disconnected, man.
Okay.
This trade deadline took a lot out of me.
They took your catcher.
They've taken my joy.
They took your joy. I get it. I just thought this was interesting. I knew he pitched last night, and I knew he got hit a little bit early.
Okay.
And so this morning, I was just I literally just put Paul Skeens into Google and hit news to see what articles popped up. And there were 2 that immediately popped up, 2 different ones that said, what's wrong with Paul Skeens?
Oh.
So that's where we're at.
What's wrong?
His velocity's down. And he says, don't worry about it. And others have said it's intentional because he now knows, whether you look at Jacob deGrom or other people who have thrown as hard as he throws, as regularly as he does it, your arm doesn't hold up like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to dial it back a little bit if you want to pitch 7 innings instead of 5, if you want to pitch,
for a winning team eventually.
7 years,
yeah.
and instead of going on all that stuff.
Right.
He is downplaying it, but the numbers are the numbers. Velocity is down, and he's getting hit a lot harder and a lot more often than he's ever been hit. His rookie year, he averaged, his fastball was 98.8 miles per hour. Last year, it went down to 98.2. And this season, it's been 96.9. And so the difference from 2 years ago to now is 99 to 97. And you might go, okay, he's still throwing 97 or 2 miles per hour. How big of a deal is that? Except in this season, forget Paul Skeens. Now I'm just talking. A 99 mile an hour fastball, the batting average against that is 219. A 97 mile an hour fastball, the batting average against that is 242.
Okay.
So just 2 miles per hour. But there's a clear difference between hitting 99 and hitting 97. And he's getting hit. He had a sub 2 ERA in each of his first 2 seasons. And he was the first qualified pitcher, age 23 or younger, to do that in the big leagues since Dwight Gooden. Dwight Gooden did it with the Mets in 84 and 85. And his ERA last month, July, was a 6.25. So he's just getting hit a lot.
Yeah.
His arm slot's different than it was. They've picked up on that too, just by 3 degrees, but it's noticeably different to people who really study this stuff. So he's got some things to figure out. And that's the scary thing about baseball, man, particularly pitchers. It can just go away from you very quickly. Like when the Mets went to the World Series in 2015, that staff was set up to be like, they're going to do this for the next 5 years. Matt Harvey, Jacob deGrom, Noah Syndergaard, Steven Matz. And you looked up in like 2 years and they were all either hurt or just bums. You could be an all-star. Like this is very rare in basketball. We mostly talk about basketball here. If you see a 22-year-old NBA all-star, you can reasonably assume they're going to be a 23-year-old awesome player, 24-year-old awesome player, 25.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't just go away from you.
Right.
You're not just an NBA all-star at 22 and then you can't play anymore. Injuries can derail it. Other things can derail it. But the talent is there and it doesn't go away. In baseball, like Cody Bellinger was an MVP and then he was terrible.
Yeah.
All in his prime years. And pitchers all the time. Like Noah Syndergaard is like, he's going to be the next great thing. And then he can't get a job. It just comes and goes. Nobody's predicting that with Skeens, but the latest stuff is not good. Velocity down. He's getting hit. He's not the pitcher. He's gone from being elite to very good. And so you can look at it. And this was his argument. He's like, I'm still pretty good, still pretty good. And yeah, he's still really good. But he's not what he was in year 1, and he's not what he was in year 2. And last night was just the latest example of that.
Number 5.
So there's additional reporting on the PGA Tour's announcement yesterday that the FedEx St. Jude Championship moving forward will no longer be as important to the tour as it once was. We talked about it at length. Right now, TPC Southwind host and will next week and the year after that host one of the best golf tournaments in the world. That's what's going on at TPC Southwind next week.
Yep.
One of the best golf tournaments in the world that will be held anywhere in the year 2026 will be held at TPC Southwind next week as it pertains to bringing the most prominent, accomplished, successful, notable golfers in the world.
Yeah.
That's what's happening next week. That's what happened last year. That's what's happened every year since 2019. The PGA Tour announced yesterday that it's just not going to happen anymore after 2027. I don't want to bore you with all the terms again, but just know that moving forward, they can call it whatever they want to call it. It's a minor league tournament. It's a minor league golf tournament under the PGA Tour umbrella. And I heard a lot of people yesterday say, well, it's just going to go back to being the way it used to be, Before, Scotty Scheffler had to come here and Roy McIlroy had to come here. Tiger Woods never came here. And that's just not true. It's not going to go back to being the way it used to be. The way it used to be was, we didn't get most of the best golfers in the world. But they were all eligible to come here if they wanted to. And some of them did. Every year, some of them did. Starting in 2028, this ain't even on their schedule. It ain't like Scotty Scheffler is going to be able to go, man, I'd like to go to Memphis this year. You're not even allowed to come here. The best golfers in the world will be playing a totally different thing. And we will get people who either ain't what they used to be or ain't yet what they're going to become. It's AAA baseball. It's going to watch Redbirds before they become Cardinals or Redbirds after they've already been Cardinals and they're on their way out. That's what the tournament's going to be moving forward. I wish I could lie to you, but that's what it's going to be. And so the conversation we got into yesterday was based on, so why did this happen? Like, how did we lose another awesome thing in a time where I, at least, don't like that we're losing too many awesome things? And so there's additional reporting now. Jeff Calkins over at the Daily Memphis, longtime columnist, everybody knows.
Miss Jeff.
Yeah. You know what he wrote?
What did he say?
Based on his reporting? The PGA Tour never even gave FedEx a chance. Never even gave them a proposal. FedEx couldn't keep it here. And that's the biggest point I was trying to make yesterday. I mean, I'll just read you straight from Jeff's column, and then we'll expand. Here's what Jeff wrote. The tour wants to be in the biggest, richest cities. It's asking sponsors to pay up more than they ever have before. Could FedEx have come up with enough cash for Memphis to get one of the championship events? That doesn't seem likely. The tour never presented a proposal to the company. Memphis doesn't fit the PGA Tour's glitzy new vision for the tour.
When you say glitzy new vision, that means
they want to be in bigger markets. They want to be.
Yeah, okay.
This is what I said yesterday, and this is how we got back. This was the point I made. The reason TPC Southwind after next year is no longer going to have the best golfers in the world coming here is because the PGA Tour decided they don't want to come here anymore like that. They don't want to bring the best golfers in the world here anymore. That's what they decided. That was my position yesterday. This ain't a FedEx decided we don't want to be the title sponsor or FedEx deciding we don't want to be in the golf business. This was the PGA Tour saying, FedEx, we love you. We appreciate everything you've done. But we're not coming to Memphis anymore like this. We're not bringing Rory back here. We're not bringing Scotty back here anymore. That's over. That's the position I had yesterday. And that's what Jeff Calkins is reporting last night in a column at the Daily Memphis. Again, the PGA Tour never presented FedEx with a proposal. You want to know why you never present FedEx with a proposal? Because you don't want them to say yes to it. Hey, FedEx, if you'll do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, then we'll keep Memphis as a signature event on the championship series moving forward. Because you know what would have happened if the PGA Tour, and this is the point I made yesterday, do you know what would have happened if the PGA Tour did that? You know what FedEx would have done? They'd have said, okay. Just like they do to everything. Just like they've always done. Okay, if that's what we got to do to make this place better, that's what we'll do. Jeff Calkins reporting says the PGA Tour never even allowed them a chance to try to keep it where it's at because the PGA Tour doesn't want to be here anymore in that way. They might give us a AAA tournament, but they ain't giving us Rory and Scotty anymore. This ain't about FedEx not having the money or not wanting to spend the money or getting too expensive. This is about the PGA Tour saying, we know where we want to be, and it ain't here anymore. We love St. Jude. We love FedEx. But even St. Jude and FedEx ain't enough to keep this here anymore. That's what happened. That's the truth. And that sucks. That stinks. It's depressing.
Yeah.
And the larger point I made in the opening segment yesterday is that there's now 2 examples of this in the past year. 2. Where FedEx used to be capable of doing something for the city and no longer seems capable of doing it. Not because they don't want to, but because other variables are involved. Here's what I'm talking about. FedEx, once upon a time, people can frame it however they want to frame it. I'm telling you the truth. I did the reporting. FedEx bought Memphis into the Big East. FedEx did that. It ain't no university president. It wasn't an athletic director or a basketball coach or a successful football program. FedEx said, Big East, we'll do this if you'll let Memphis in. And you know what the Big East did?
Let them in.
Yeah.
I remember the Times Square photo.
Logo in the Finch Center.
Man.
And then the league fell apart.
Damn it.
But my point is, FedEx, once upon a time, bought Memphis into a power conference. Did the Big East want to be in Memphis? No. No. But when FedEx stepped up and said, we will do this if you'll just let Memphis in, the Big East said, okay, let's do it. That happened. That's a real thing that happened. Why did Memphis has only been in a so-called power conference once, ever, briefly. It was the Big East. They never participated in it, but they were in the league briefly. How did it happen? FedEx paid for it to happen. That's the truth. Last year, FedEx and several other entities tried to do the same thing with the Big 12 for way more money. Vernon described it accurately yesterday. FedEx and other entities, in coordination with the University of Memphis, went to the Big 12 and said, we will give you hundreds of millions of dollars in corporate sponsorships. We will take none of your money for a period of time. And if you don't think we're worthy after a period of time, tell us to go back. Just let us in the door. And they said no. And if you want to know why, it's because they don't want to be here, despite all of FedEx's best intentions. They said no. My point, once upon a time, FedEx bought Memphis into a power conference, tried to do it again last year, got rebuffed. You ready? The one thing me and Vernon could agree on yesterday was that the only reason we ever had an awesome golf tournament here was because of FedEx. We agree on that. Nobody's arguing. The part I'm upset about is that clearly we have reached a point now where even FedEx can't keep that tournament. We only had it because of FedEx. Now we can't keep it, even with FedEx. The only reason we ever had Power Conference Big East was because of FedEx. Now we can't get into a Power Conference, even with FedEx. That's the point. I don't know how I got all mixed up, but that's the point. That's the part that troubles me. As somebody who cares deeply, not just about the sports landscape in the city, but the city broadly speaking. It is August 6, 2026, and what I'm telling you is true. Even with all of FedEx's support, we could not get into the Big 12. And even with all of FedEx's support, we could not keep our golf tournament the way it was, or as a top-tier golf tournament. We now have the University of Memphis playing in a mid-major conference. And 2 years from now, we're going to have a golf tournament, at best, being a minor league golf tournament. That's where we're at. There were two things pre-Grizzlies that meant everything in this city. The men's basketball program at the University of Memphis and the PGA Tour stop out at TPC Southwind. And now both of those things, even with FedEx's best efforts, can't hold on to what they used to have and can't get to a better spot. That's tough. That's a look in the mirror moment, or at least it should be. Jason Munn's in studio next.
This Photoshop job of the College Football 27 cover for this year is atrocious. Like, who made this? It's so bad.
This is the deluxe edition. So you have to pay extra to get Kurt Signetti on.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're paying extra to get Kurt Signetti?
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
When the arena lights dim for a concert or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
City turns up. Where the best belong. Never love. Shit, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love. Yeah, never love. Bluff City show out, gotta never love. Never love. Shit, never love. Got soul, got heart, got pride, gotta never love. Yeah, never love. 901 to the world, let them know we gotta never love.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Parrish Show. We're inside the Built Ford Tough studio, and I'm lucky enough to have Jason Munz from the Commercial Appeal joining me here in between me and Ben. I appreciate your time. I know you were busy earlier in the hour, and I was like, buddy, I'll take you anytime. If you 10:20 would be ideal, but 11 o'clock's good. We get to you at 11:05. Thank you for being here.
I am glad to be here. I just want to say this at the start. I love you, and I love your show. You set the bar very, very high for your show. You raised it yesterday. Yesterday it was raised. That segment with Verno belongs in some sort of Hall of Fame. It was electric, and I have watched it no fewer than 10 times since it aired yesterday.
Can I be first off? Let me say thank you.
It was wonderful.
Thank you. Secondly, I'm just being completely honest with you. Here's the truth. I have not said this out loud to another human. This will be the first time I've said this out loud. I hated that segment. It made me uncomfortable.
I could see it.
Okay, it made me uncomfortable because I felt like we were arguing. It felt like we weren't getting anywhere. And
you weren't.
Yeah, we weren't.
You weren't. It was not moving.
And so I walked out of here yesterday. Like, I didn't feel good yesterday when I got out of here, because I was like, that was my first show back after being gone for a long time, and I don't like the way any of it went. I just didn't like that segment because it felt like we didn't get anywhere. I didn't like other parts of the show, and I walked out of here not feeling great. Now, here's also the truth.
It was our benefit, though.
Okay, so last night after everybody went to sleep at my house, and we're all on different sleep schedules now because we were traveling in time zones, I was awake later than everybody else. And I rarely do this, but I was like, I want to go back because I couldn't get it out of my head. I was like, I was uncomfortable with that. And then I would have people tweeting me about it, like, are you and Vernon okay? And let me just say this. We are always okay. We were okay before that even ended. Like, that stuff never lingers with us. We could do that, laugh at each other, call each other idiots, and then like go play golf together. It's fine.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it because it's not usually the way I do things.
Right.
And I went back and watched it last night, which is something I rarely do, but I just wanted to see it. And it wasn't nearly as uncomfortable to me as watching it back. I felt fine with it when I watched it back, but in real time, I did not like it at all.
But it was the who's on first for the new age.
We couldn't. I tried. I told Bennett this after. I was like, it was like we were talking two different languages.
I don't think I've ever seen two people who speak the same language not understand at like you. It was unreal, but it was pure gold.
If people liked it, then that's great, and I appreciate you saying what you said. But I did not in real time. It was frustrating for me because I felt like whether it's true or not, I feel like I'm a good communicator. Like I got this far. I feel like, and so my instincts are to make a point, to think through a point, and then make it. And then if somebody doesn't get it, keep trying. I go, okay, well, I can explain it to you because it's so clear in my head. I think I just gotta. I can get you over here, and I do that pretty well.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I can't get him. I can't get him over here.
No matter how hard you try.
And I want to be clear.
He felt the same way.
100% felt the same way.
He was trying to do the exact same thing.
He was doing the same thing to me, and neither one of us were budging, and neither one of us were acknowledged.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
So it was like, it felt like two people not willing to move in either direction.
I'm going to rewatch it when I leave here. As soon as I walk out.
So in real time, it felt uncomfortable, but if it made for a good 20-minute segment, then I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's the truth? Why? Let me just ask you this question this way. Right now, we have one of the best golf tournaments in the world.
Yes.
It'll be here next week. In 2027, we will have one of the best golf tournaments in the world. It'll be out at TPC Southwind. And after that, none of the best golfers in the world are going to be here anymore, barring some sort of change we can't foresee. Why is that?
Because the direction that the PGA Tour is going, it doesn't. Their vision does not include. I mean, obviously, it does not include Memphis. I don't want to say that it only does not include Memphis.
Sure.
It does not include a lot of places. Other
places, sure.
Like Memphis is not the only place that is getting shafted, for lack of a better term. But that's the reason. Like that is. It does not want its marquee events to be in markets like Memphis. They want to be in different markets. They want to be for their higher profile events.
Sure.
They want them to be in higher profile places. That's pretty much it. And now the weather does factor into it.
Sure.
That is an absolute factor. And it's not just like I've seen a lot of people in the last however many hours saying like, oh, the poor golfers have to sweat a little bit. Like
I've seen that too.
Woe is them.
Yeah.
But it's really it is them, but it's also like the weather does affect the fans.
Of course.
It affects the staff. It affects the volunteers. It affects the everybody who has anything to do with that tournament. It's part of it.
And just on that point, just to pause for a second, that argument and then the pushback on it feels a little bit to me like the hotel argument among NBA players. Like I've stayed at that Westin a bunch of times. I stay in Westins all the time. Westins are perfectly great for me. But if you are used to being in Ritz-Carltons every night, and then one night you're in a Westin, you notice the difference.
Yes.
Similarly, like it's not just like, oh, it's hot outside. There are men on roofs working all day long in the same heat. Like I got that, but those are men in roofs who on roofs who don't have options. They're on roofs every day working in heat. Golfers have options. You can play golf in California. You can play golf in cooler weather or in the middle of 110 with 90 billion humidity. And so it's a valid complaint to say it's hotter here than it is other places. We're just playing golf and there's better places to do it. I hate that it's a real thing, but I'm not dismissive of it.
But yeah, that's what it all boils down to. Like forget about the weather and all that. Like the PGA Tour has brought in Brian Rowlap to make some very difficult decisions and decisions that are not going to be popular necessarily. Especially like this is especially unpopular decision here, but that's what he was brought in to do, and that's what he's done. Like he's decided that there's going to be a set of golf tournaments every year that are going to be played with like they're going to be like the fanciest and shiniest and biggest and brightest and best, and we want to put those in markets that sort of match that in financially, optically, all those sorts of things, and so. That's why we are talking about this right now, is because Memphis doesn't fit that vision. It doesn't align with what their vision is.
And so sort of the what I tried to roll it into in the opening segment yesterday was that what troubles me about it most, outside of just I like going to the golf tournament, is that it's the latest example of somebody telling us, despite all your money and all the things we like about you and all your corporate partners, we don't want you anymore. And the Big 12 did that to us less than a year ago. FedEx and everybody else put together an incredible package. And they just said, we don't want you.
Right.
And this feels like, not only does it feel like it is the same thing. It's the PGA Tour saying, we don't want you like that anymore. We love that hospital and we love FedEx and we know both of you will do whatever you had to do, but we don't want you anymore. And that hurts.
That is decidedly true. That it is yet another thing to just throw on the stack of things that has been unpleasant for Memphis and the Memphis sports scene. But for me, honestly, like above all else, I think that people are rightfully so. They're like offended and they're disappointed and they're hurt and they feel like this is a slap in the face to them and to Memphis and all that sort of stuff. Like, I would make the case that the biggest thing that sucks about this is what it does for St. Jude.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, that is kind of the most important thing.
It certainly should be.
With respect to this tournament and this event and what it means to this area and all that sort of stuff. But like, they're the ones who are going to really hurt because of this. Like it's not like they're still going to be a part of the tournament. Like that's the other thing.
But it's not going to be the same.
It's not gonna be the same.
Because even if you want to say nobody cares about the golf tournament on Thursday or Friday, by the time you get to Saturday, Sunday,
people are out there. It's thick.
It's on network television, and it's an incredible commercial for that network, for that hospital. And moving forward, as always, we'll see. But you're more likely in a time where you might have had NBC or CBS. You're going to have the Golf Channel and a bunch of golfers nobody's ever heard of.
And you're not going to have the droves and droves and droves. Like by Saturday and Sunday, like you were just talking about, like not only is it on, everybody's primetime.
You go to church, you
network.
come home, you turn on golf, go take a nap, wake up, and there's the
And
kids.
you watch the final.
There you go.
But like even the physical, like out there at the thing, by Saturday and Sunday, people are rolling deep out there. And we hope. Well, not we, but like they hope that it's going that the fans are going to continue to come out. But
But they won't.
It probably ain't going to.
No, you ready for
happen.
this? Here's your comp. You ready? If you took the Dodgers and the Yankees and put them at AutoZone Park, the place would fill up tonight. But that ain't who's playing tonight.
Right.
It's the Redbirds and some other AAA team, and so there'll be 1,500 people there.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to go. We're going to go from Roy. People will go watch Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, Scotty Scheffler and Roy McIlroy. We're going to have a AAA golf tournament.
Yep.
That's what it's going to be. I don't mean to talk like this, but that's what it is.
Yeah. And it's, again, like we can talk about all day long about what it means for Memphis and Memphis at large, but like it just really sucks for St. Jude. It really does.
And the thing that bothers me, or at least I understand the Memphis market and what it is. And if you just want nothing but big markets, we were never going to make that cut.
Right.
But FedEx and St. Jude, that combination had always, or at least for a while now, had been able to make us make that cut.
Yes.
Like it was never lost on me that Scotty Scheffler would probably rather play golf in August somewhere other than Memphis, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'd never say that out loud. But I'm certain if you got him off to the side, he'd be like, I don't know why we're here right now.
Yeah.
They were here right now because of FedEx and because of St. Jude.
Correct.
And what we learned yesterday, and we've known it was coming for a while,
right.
But what you told us yesterday first is that even FedEx and St. Jude ain't enough to keep this anymore.
And that is a very sobering.
That's sobering.
That's like a really extremely cold cup of water thrown right in your face.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter what FedEx couldn't have done anything. And that was the point
that was
I think
the point
you were
I was
trying to make
is
yesterday.
that FedEx couldn't fix this. This was out of FedEx's
Correct.
hands. And
the PGA Tour is telling FedEx, we still want to do business with you.
But we're not coming to Memphis.
But we're not going to come to Memphis in August when it's like when the lights are the brightest and we're getting close. We're either in the playoffs or we're getting close to the playoffs. We don't want to do that. And there's a very real possibility FedEx is going to be like, okay, well, we're not going to do business with you anymore because we don't want to be associated with a lesser than tournament.
And I don't feel informed enough to weigh in on that. Or honestly, like that's a delicate situation because it is still, you're talking about St. Jude and and you're talking about an event at Southwind, and I don't want to plant a flag on.
Yeah.
Tell them to F off.
Right.
But my instincts would be like, hey, everything we've done for you, you told us forever this hospital mattered to you, those kids matter to you, everything we've done for you over the years, and now this, less than a year after Fred Smith dies, no, we're done with the PGA Tour. That my possibly immature attitude would take me to that place. I don't even know if that's right. That's why I don't want to say that's what they should do, but I would understand it if they did.
We'll find out soon enough, right. I think, whether that's what, the sort of the feeling they're going to base their decisions on. But I do think that's on the table.
I mean, again, I'll let the power people at FedEx make that decision.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
My attitude,
for sure,
I could be talked out of this.
Yeah.
But my initial attitude would be,
how dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah.
And if you don't think my city's good enough for your best golfers, then guess what? Your second tier golfers ain't good enough for my city. Take them somewhere else.
See, that's at least the way I feel about it is like, Is there a chance that this is the PGA Tour's loss and not Memphis's loss?
I think I can tell you that is what Memphis is hoping.
Yeah.
That go to your bigger markets
Sure.
and see how much it doesn't matter in those bigger markets. Hey, you want to go to a big market in the middle of baseball season? Go to your big market in the middle of baseball season and see how much they care. You could say we're a small market, but we cared.
Yep.
We cared.
Yep.
People showed up.
It matters.
Our corporate partners showed up.
Yeah.
It mattered here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think Memphis is hoping. You can take it to a bigger market, but you can't take it to a place that matters more than it mattered here. I don't know if they'll ever realize that, but I think that's our only hope at this point.
Certainly a case to be made for that, yeah.
Do you think, because I saw somebody, I didn't just pull the Fred Smith thing out of thin air. I saw somebody make that point on social media. Do you think that's fair at all that this happens like, roughly a year after Fred's gone?
The point
being, Fred would have never
let this happen.
Or no, that's probably a bad way to put it. Let me put it. They wouldn't have done this to Fred.
Boy, I mean, I don't think there's any. I don't know that we
that might be too big of a
know
question.
the answer to that.
Yeah.
There's no way to know that because of
Not that Fred wouldn't have let it happen, because I don't think anybody at FedEx right now wanted this to happen and would have done something to stop it if they could have. The point, I think, would be they wouldn't have done this to Fred.
You could certainly make the argument.
Yeah.
I think. I do believe you could make the argument.
Yeah.
And that's another just really tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of things.
Because that man made the city in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In the most ways.
Yeah. I mean, the stroke of his pen carried a ton of weight.
He could pick up the phone and change things.
Yes. And
he's the guy that got him into the Big East once upon a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And he's the one who saved this tournament back in 1986.
Yes.
And he's the one who saved this tournament back in 2010.
Mm.
And so yeah, like logically, if you're just looking at it like that, certainly it's worth wondering, at least, if he were still here today, would he have come back to the? Could either A, would he have come back to the rescue, or B, would he not have had to even have to come to the rescue because of who he is and how much he mattered?
I think that's the more valid question. I guess there's always a scenario where there's nothing anybody could do.
Yeah.
But I think it's, and I'm just talking here, but it's easier for me to imagine that it would be harder to sit in front of Fred Smith and tell him what you're doing than it is to not have to do that.
And if that is true, then by all means, if FedEx feels the way you were describing before about like you can take your act and get right out of town, then I'm behind.
Yeah.
Everybody can get behind.
Hey, how about this? Whatever they do, I'll support, because I figure they have a more vested interest in it than I do. But whatever they do, I'll also understand.
Yeah, for
whatever
sure.
they do, I'll also understand.
Which again, they may still sponsor the tournament, but may not.
I would understand anything.
Yeah.
Let's talk Tiger basketball. That's your main job.
Okay.
People ask me all the time, how are Penny's Tigers going to be?
Okay.
I imagine you get the same question.
A lot. Yeah.
What's your answer?
So I mean, I could answer that a lot of different ways.
Okay.
I could say better than last year.
Okay. God, I hope so.
That'd be the easiest thing to
there
say.
You go. Better's a good answer. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start saying that better.
They're going to be way better than last year for sure. And I think that's going to be pretty good. I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be an NCAA tournament team, and I think they're going to have a chance to get to the second weekend. Like I'm buying the way they put this roster together.
Okay.
I'm absolutely buying it because it just, for a lot of reasons, but number one, by all accounts so far, their best player is their point guard. Mm-hmm. That's a big first step. Like when your best player is your point guard, the guy who has the ball in his hands.
In college basketball, that's a great place to start.
Yeah, and that's what you want. And he is the type of person who wants that. Like you didn't have that last year with Doug. Doug McDaniel, I think he wanted it, but I just think there were limitations. Sure. And he didn't have much help around him. So but like they haven't had that since Tyrese Hunter. Tyrese Hunter wanted the ball in the moment so that he could either get it to the right person in the right moment or he could step up in the right moment. And by all accounts, that's sort of, it seems to be what they have in Jaden Reed. Very much a type A, which I don't know if Tyrese Hunter was necessarily a type A personality, but he was very much a type A on-court presence.
I would tell you the one thing that I remember about him that mattered to me before he played a single game at Memphis.
Yeah.
I was down at Ole Miss, and I
remember this story.
I was in Chris Beard's office.
Yep.
And we're just talking and whatever. And eventually every conversation with me from a basketball is like, so what's going on in Memphis?
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you how many different so what's going on in Memphis? And so he's like, so what's going on in Memphis? I was like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what do you think? He's like, they'll be good. And I was like, really? He goes, because they have Tyrese Hunter.
Right.
He's like, I know Tyrese. He coached him. He's like, Tyrese Hunter will not allow them to be bad. And I was like, that's interesting. And it was the truth.
Well, he's a winner for a reason. He had been to the NCAA tournament and made multiple deep runs every year, with the exception of his year at Memphis.
So if you're telling me this is like that, that's great.
It feels like it because I go back to like an anecdote that I told in the moment. Like we got a glimpse of the Tigers preseason before that season, before the Tyrese Hunter, PJ Haggerty season, and there was something that happened in that workout, that practice that we saw, that I wrote about, where it was like it's August or whatever it was, and something happened and Tyrese lost it. Like he went off on everybody in that gym in August, like in front of us. Right. And I think like the reason I said is like that was when I knew that they had something in him.
Right.
I didn't see that a couple of weeks ago when they let us see the Tigers out of Jaden Reed, but I did see somebody who is very much an alpha type presence who talked about it a lot with us after that practice, about how he understands the role that he has to play, and he's like going to be darn sure, like he's going to make sure he does it. And so I'm encouraged. There are signs there that make me feel like he is more of the mold of a Tyrese Hunter and Kendrick Davis, and less of the Doug McDaniel, Javon Quinterly. And so I think that is very encouraging. The other encouraging things are, I think the way they put the roster together, it fits. There's just not much overlap, not much redundancy. Like guys are. You got 3-point shooters. You got guys who defend. You got guys who rebound. Like last year they just got the best they felt like they could get, right. And regardless of their skill set or whatever. And I think the other part of it is like guys like Rahards Favors. He knows he's coming here just to be a sharpshooter, right. A deep threat, a guy who can help space the floor. Like he's under no grand illusions that he is somehow going to be the point guard. You know what I mean? Right. Like so there's a synergy there. Like it just feels much better. And then you look and you see, like they got Tyleek Weeks, who was the Sun Belt's leading scorer last year, and so you feel like that might be the guy who if you need a bucket, you can give it to him and he can take care of it. So I mean, like we haven't even talked about Nemanja Popovic, the 6'9", 24-and-a-half-year-old who is like, he is I've seen him now with my own two eyes, and he is a grown-ass man.
Yeah, he looks the way you're supposed to look.
He is a grown-ass man, right. And he's like the guy, but like he's not like chiseled. Right. Maxime Logie is chiseled.
Right.
He's the guy they got from FAU who's also 6'9". Like he looks like a professional wrestler. Okay. Nemanja Popovic doesn't, but after what I saw the other day, like you hear the term, dad strength?
Yes.
Where it looks like me and you, but like if you try to move him, that ain't happening.
Gotcha.
He's that type of guy. So, but he's also a guy who's played professional basketball for a long time, right. And he's 24 and he's got a really good touch around the rim, and he's very comparable to Dane Danges, so that's promising.
I'll take another Dane Danges. So there's been developments in the sport where a slew of fifth-year players have become eligible, in the past week. Gonzaga's added one. Other programs are. I saw Kentucky coach Mark Pope say that they very intentionally stayed at 14 roster spots because they anticipated this, and they are trying to add another player now. Do we think Memphis adds somebody? I know the numbers are the numbers, but like still, you can move things around. John Calipari used to do it every year.
You can. Yeah, you can. I'm skeptical.
Okay.
I would be really surprised for a variety of reasons. Like Ed Scott sat right here, did he not? Mm-hmm. Or no, he was on Zoom.
He was on Zoom, yes.
When you had him in March. And he sat in front of us at the Lori Walton Center and talked about how he wasn't, like they weren't going to let Penny wasn't going to repeat the same mistakes of the past. And one of the things they talked about was like waiting until August, waiting until September, like still adding pieces.
Sign your players, enroll your players, develop them. Let's get going.
Yeah, like
Right.
let's not let this stuff linger and play and drag out. Like let's get things done and let's move on.
Right.
And I think that's part of the reason why they're not going to, like, again, it's almost mid-August. So, and again, they have 15 players. The roster's full. Yes, they could let somebody go, but that would be somebody you're letting go who spent the entire summer putting in all kinds of work. What message would that send?
Right.
They're all signed to contracts.
Right.
That would get hairy potentially.
That's a real concern, by the
yeah.
way, among coaches. Now, obviously, like Mark Few just decided we need another player, but you got to remember Gonzaga just lost a player to a pro contract in Spain.
Yeah.
So, like, they needed to add somebody, and they're doing it. But I've heard this from other coaches, and it would be like, absolutely, there's a player out there who would enhance my roster, but he'd also mess up my locker room.
Yes.
You done told this young man he's starting for 3 months. He's here, and then I just, on top of him, just dropped this dude. Now you're on the bench. Like, it'll cause more problems than it's worth.
Well,
That's what I hear from a lot of coaches.
Well, and then talking about Memphis specifically, you start looking at the roster. Who would, if you looked at the roster today, who would you point toward and be like, okay, that would be the prime candidate to let go? Probably on this roster right now, you're talking about Parker Pounds.
Yeah.
You're talking about a guy who's from Memphis, who's playing at Memphis.
Just can't do it.
I don't think you can do that.
No.
And
It's just bad. It's just bad. It's like we don't know the real story at this point about the Luke Murray Boston College thing that went viral. But if let's say that it is as initially presented, which is that Luke just came in and fired those dudes. If I'd have talked to Luke about this, I'd have said, buddy, this is not worth it.
Yeah.
You think you're doing what you need to do, it's going to blow up in your face. And
sleep on it.
At
least sleep on it.
And I would say, nobody's asking me, but before I did something like that, what you just described, sleep on it. It's bad business. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. So the point is like there are a lot of considerations that would go into a decision like that. Like maybe there is somebody out there who would make my team better, but is it worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze?
That's right.
We don't know. And so, but for those reasons, and probably others that I can't articulate right now, I would be very surprised if Penny decided at this late stage, I'm going to go get somebody.
I understand that.
Because we say all this and not even mention the fact that, like, what if this doesn't hold up? What if all these players who think they're going to be eligible aren't eligible?
Then you just messed up your locker room.
Yeah.
For what?
For what? For nothing.
For nothing.
So there are, like, Kelvin Sampson just
Kelvin just
got
took one
somebody
this morning.
today.
Yeah, right.
So it's happening.
It's happening. And this is one where I've literally, so we know Mark Few and Kelvin Sampson have done it. All right. So there's two examples of coaches who are comfortable with it, but I've heard from just as many, if not more, that they're just not comfortable with it for all the reasons we've laid out.
Yeah. And Charles Huff said it, the football coach said it the other day, that they've been sort of advised to, like, I think his phrase was pump the brakes on this. And I think that's another indicator of
there you go. All right. Last thing before I get you out of here. The thing I hated about last Tiger basketball season more than the losses was that it just sort of devolved into a every day or every other day conversation about are they going to keep Penny or move on from Penny? And we just felt like it was the same conversation a lot of days in a row among fans and everybody else. Everywhere you looked, the question was about, is Penny going to get another year? Sort of the point I've made is that I don't think this season's going to be like that. Not because I necessarily believe it's going to go brilliantly. I just feel like we're going to know. Like it's either going to go well enough where we're like, this, all right, we're good. Or it's going to be like, all right, we gave it another year and now it's time. It's just, I feel like it's going to feel a lot like Bobby Hurley at Arizona State last year, where by the year before, it was all these questions. Is he coming back or not? And then they brought him back and it was like, everybody understands the score, and this will either go well or it won't, and that will answer the big question. And I feel like this 2026-2017 is going to be that way, that I'm not going to have to bring you on in February or March and ask you, so what? You're the beat writer, you're the insider, what's going to happen with Penny? I think observing it, we'll just all know where we're at. Is that oversimplified?
No, I don't think so. You can never say never.
Yeah.
But I think you can get as close to never as humanly possible and say that, yes, like it's either this or this.
Yeah.
Like it's been laid out for us. It was Ed Scott laid it out for us. Like if they don't make the NCAA tournament, it's probably going to be over.
Yeah.
And I say probably only because you never say never.
This is the point I've made. And
I don't think anything can happen between now and next March that would change the stakes the way they are now.
The thing, like at North Carolina, and I here's the thing, like I can argue this both ways, or maybe not argue. I can just see it from both perspectives. At North Carolina this past year, I think they probably did the right thing to move on from Hubert Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think Hubert Davis was the right coach at North Carolina. He's a good man, and I like him a lot on a personal level. But sort of the point I've always made is if you're North Carolina, you should have one of the best coaches in college basketball at all times.
Yeah.
And so then I would just flip it around. All right, do you think Hubert Davis is one of the best coaches in college basketball? Because if you say no, then you've told me what you need to do.
Right, that's
so I
the
get
answer.
all that. On the other hand, they were ranked 10th in the country when Caleb Wilson got hurt. And then they went the wrong way, and then they cut him. And I understand why they did it. This would be my never say never moment. I don't know that I could do that to Penny Hardaway at Memphis.
No.
Like if Penny Hardaway had a team ranked in February on Valentine's Day, and then his best player got hurt and it went the wrong way and he missed the tournament, I would understand, hey, you missed the tournament, but I wouldn't, as a Memphian, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. That would be tough. That would be tough for me. That would be the only place where we got to have real hard conversations. Where if they missed the tournament, but there's an obvious reason why they didn't, and it was out of his control, that would be hard.
I think that was unintentional, but you basically more or less described what happened with the 23-24 team. They were ranked number 10 in the country in late January. After having just lost Caleb Mills to a gruesome season-ending injury. Right. And like we can make the argument that he wasn't the best player on the team, but we could also make the argument that he was the most important, or he was at least one of the three most important.
Right.
And so yeah, like there was that, and then obviously the Tyrese Hunter getting hurt as they went into the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. Also,
in year two, you go back. I mean, two of his top three players were just gone by Valentine's Day. Like James Wiseman quit and DJ Jeffries got hurt.
Yeah,
and that was that one.
Right. Even though that season they didn't play the NCAA tournament that season.
Right. But like that team was
they would not have made the NCAA tournament.
No, but I think
you could point to the reasons why.
You could point to like if you had your top three recruits, maybe it's different.
Yeah, maybe it's different.
I'm just saying, I'm hesitant to say it's as simple as make the NCAA tournament or else, because if he doesn't make the NCAA tournament because of something like Caleb Wilson getting hurt,
right? I
know North Carolina did what they did, and I think they were probably right to do it. But I don't think that's a thing you can do with Penny Hardaway at Memphis.
I agree. I think if Jaden Reed were to get hurt in January or February when they're ranked and they don't, and it winds up
now if they stink and then the best player gets hurt and then they just keep stinking, that's another whole deal.
That's a different. Yeah. But no, like yes, Penny Hardaway in Memphis has a benefit of the doubt that not very many other coaches at any other schools in this country have.
Maybe zero. It might be zero.
I mean,
like Tom Izzo and like Michigan State, that kind of stuff. But like, outside of Hall of Famers, I don't know anybody gets the benefit of the doubt more than Penny Hardaway.
And who are we to say whether that's justified or not? I mean, but it is. But
I would even argue on some level it is.
Sure, I would too.
Yeah, he's Penny Hardaway.
Sure, and I think that's largely the reason why we're talking about Penny Hardaway coaching this team this year is because he has a benefit of the doubt that is almost exclusive to him.
Yeah, it's a lot like Patrick Ewing at Georgetown in the sense that by the time you do it, you're going to have to just know we have no choice. It's just this is what we have to do. Yeah. And so we've reached that point now. But like again, the larger thing is, I think barring injury that derails something good, we'll know. We'll just sort of know by the end of it, like whether we're going to have to do a coaching search or not. I don't think it's going to be something people are arguing about every day.
Agreed. Yeah. But this goes back to the sort of the first question, like about how this team is projecting the stuff with this team. As long as there aren't crazy things that happen, I don't think this team is like this. To me, this team is going to be the favorite to win the American. and an NCAA tournament team. Like
and I know once upon a time, like just winning this even downtrodden American and making the tournament like wouldn't have been considered something to celebrate. But those were different times.
Yes.
I think right now we would celebrate those things.
100%. When we're looking for things to celebrate right now, that is something everybody can get behind.
If Penny is holding an American Athletic Conference championship trophy and going to the NCAA tournament, I will celebrate that. I promise, hand to heart. I appreciate your time. I kept you longer than I thought I would, but I was enjoying the conversation.
That's okay. Thank
you for being here. It's Jason Munz from the Commercial Pill. Make sure you follow him on Twitter @Munsley. That's @Munsley. You're the best. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Gary.
Be back with Carry Out.
You ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
What do you bring to the table? Like, you want people to describe Kareem Lopez, the basketball player. What do you want to hear?
I feel like I'm just a winning player. You know, someone that's gonna contribute to winning, a competitor. You know, a high IQ player. You know, someone that's gonna play the right way. And yeah, like I said, like the first thing I said, just contribute to winning.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Is officially here, and you can make your voice heard with federal and state primary and county general election day, which is today. Grizzlies.com/vote is where you can stay informed and stay active with all the key voter information for the 2026 elections. Visit Grizzlies.com/vote and get involved today. You going to vote, Bennett?
Of course I'm going to vote.
You got to vote. You got to. That's the American way.
You want me to tell you I'm voting for?
Yes. Yes. I want their names and their social security number. Tell me everybody you're voting for today.
I can't do that.
Tell me every single person you're voting for today.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
I heard you talking to JB earlier, and you were wondering if you can take your kids to vote.
Yes.
I always take my kids to vote.
Do you?
Yeah.
I have before. I've taken Noah before.
I want to make that impression on them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not out there like, we ain't going to vote every week. I do it like, you know, when it's time to go vote. But my kids, as long as they've been able to walk, they voted in every, they have not voted in every presidential election. I don't mean to start all those, the elections are rigged stuff. My kids have never voted in an election, at least my two little guys. Yeah. But they accompany me. I like for them to see me do that.
Show them the ropes.
Just like, hey, this is what we're doing right now. And it's not because we're getting paid to do it. And it's not even because it's that much fun. Yeah, we're going to stand in line for a minute.
It is kind of fun.
I actually enjoy it.
I mean, unless you have to wait in line for a long time, that's not fun. But once you get in there, it is kind of fun, like doing the thing and pressing the buttons.
I like pressing buttons.
It is fun.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, you're a button presser in your day job.
That's
so,
right.
You know, I don't get to do that often.
Right.
So I like to go in there and press some buttons. I think it's
fun.
I'm not trying to overstate it, but I like my children participating in whatever way they can. So. Take your boys to vote today.
Okay.
All right, go vote.
I will.
All right, let's do carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
So, I was scrolling through the chat a minute ago, and I saw you talking about, you, Bennett, you specifically, talking about the new concept down at Mud Island, the River of Time.
Oh yeah, the Baron von Opperbeam bean.
Have you been?
I have been. I took the kids. It was so much fun. They had a blast.
Okay, I'm glad we're talking about this.
Yeah.
I want to go because it sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go because it's something that's been placed at a place that used to mean something to me.
Right.
Down on Mud Island. I want to take my boys. I want to take my family. I'm going to. Tell me about it. What is it?
Bro, first off, like you want to talk about like untapped potential for downtown Memphis. That's another conversation we could have. But like the thing is when we got done doing it, we walked around Mud Island a little bit because it's right there. And I'm just like, why is this not like we need to get this back. This is like just the views of the river. It's, I mean, come on.
Mud Island. I had so many
back.
nights there, man.
Yeah.
I've seen Robert Plant sing "Going to California" at Mud Island.
But that is on the way. This is part of it being on the way back. It's like a man. The best way I can describe it is it's like a sci-fi.
Because here's what I'm trying. This is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
This is what it's your job to help all of us.
Yes.
I have read about this.
Yeah.
The creator, Chris, I used to run around with him. I don't like, you know, like we used to be in the same circles.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know that he knew me as Gary. He might just know me as Corey's roommate. But like, we used to be around each other all the time.
Yeah.
And he always struck me as like an interesting, artistic guy. And so I was first interested when I hear he is responsible for this. And I was like, I want to take my family. But I have not been able to wrap my head around exactly what it is. So like if my wife were to say, if I were to say, hey, on Saturday, I want to take the boys, we're going to do this thing. And she would say, what is it? Now I'm stuck.
Yeah.
What is it?
You know what it is? It's like being on the set of a sci-fi movie.
Okay.
That's what it's like.
I like that.
Yeah. It's like this. It's an exhibit. There's like little there's like hidden doors and stuff you can go through and stuff like that. There's slides. There's like big screens that have like, you know, creatures going across them. It's just this like immersive experience, like sci-fi, steampunk. For someone that loves sci-fi movies, it's like the coolest thing. My kids thought it was amazing too. It's not massive. You could do the whole thing probably in under an hour, but they're expanding it. They've had really good attendance. So it sounds like they're going to move forward at some point with like expanding the thing because they got a lot of space down there at Mud Island. And it's just cool. I know I'm not doing a great job of explaining it, but it's honestly one of those things that you just kind of have to go see it for yourself.
That's what what I gather. Is okay, when I get there, I'll just know what to do.
I'm
not going to be confused.
When you get there and they let you in, you're just going to know what to do.
Okay, good. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm 100%
It's hard to explain, but I think totally worth doing. And let's kickstart getting Mud Island back and happening because that is just like some of the most untapped potential in downtown Memphis right now. It's just true.
Kidding me? I saw Scott Weiland at Mud Island.
Yeah, man.
You think I never saw?
I saw Eric Clapton at Mud Island.
Smelling like a roar. You think I never saw that at Mud Island?
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I don't know why I keep seeing Scott Weiland videos on something. I must have got messed up and watched a Scott Weiland video at one time
now it's just popping up.
Bro, every time I turn up, it's Scott Weiland with a megaphone.
Okay, that was last.
Anyway, rest in peace to him. But last time I saw Scott Weiland, it was at Mud Island. Never saw him again.
Yeah.
That's not true. Saw him at...
They were at Music Fest.
Saw him at whatever they call that place down across, Snowden, the outdoor amphitheater with Velvet Revolver.
Oh, yeah.
I like Scott Weiland.
Yeah.
You ever listen to the Scott Weiland Christmas album?
No.
It's a real thing.
Really?
Google that.
Okay, I'll check that out. I love Christmas albums.
The Scott Weiland Christmas album is amazing.
I love a good Christmas album.
The Scott Weiland Christmas album is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to Mud Island.
Yeah, go.
I'm taking my kids to Mud Island, and I'll teach them about Scott Weiland on the way.
What's today's biggest game?
I mean, let's go to the WNBA.
You want to?
I think so. Aces at Fever, Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Okay.
It's in Indianapolis. Aces are 21-9. Fever are 19-11. The Aces, you WNBA champion. They've won 2 of the past 3 titles. And the Fever are the Fever. You know all about them.
Yeah, I know about them.
They got Caitlin and Sophie and Kelsey Mitchell.
Yep.
This is actually like big time tonight.
I think
Fever -1.5. The total's 195.5. How you gonna act?
I got the Fever. Give me the Fever. They're coming off a loss. I think they're gonna take this one at home tonight. Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to the post game. I just want to see them all. I just want to see them all get up there and have to answer questions about transgender athletes.
Okay. Well,
that's what I'm waiting for.
I don't know if you'll get that or not.
Oh man, come on! It's a WNBA game. Somebody gonna have to answer about a transgender athlete tonight.
It's entirely possible.
It's a WNBA game. Somebody gonna have to answer for it. All right.
I'll go.
Might
Fever.
even be the in-game interview. They'll just grab Kelsey Mitchell. They're gonna grab Asia Wilson right in the middle of the game. Be like, hey, now we're going down to Holly Rowe, who's got Asia Wilson. They'd be like, Asia, what do you think about transgender women?
That'd make for a hell of a viral moment. There's no doubt about it.
The only one who seems to know how to answer that question is Coco Gauff. She's great.
Yeah.
She's got a good answer.
Okay.
If I were in the WNBA, I would just copy and paste Coco.
Okay.
She figured out the answer. If you guys don't know how to handle that question, talk to Coco. She can handle it for you.
What are we watching on TV?
Season 4, episode 1 of Ted Lasso is out. You don't dabble in Ted Lasso.
I don't. I've never watched it.
I watched it.
And now that's one of those shows that I'm at the point where it's like, because people are always like, you didn't watch Ted Lasso?
Now
it's like a source of pride.
It's like, you know what?
I never watched it.
I'll never watch it.
Yeah.
I will never watch Ted Lasso.
Right.
It's fine. They were supposed to end it after 3 seasons.
And then they brought it back. Why? It was popular?
I don't know if there's a definitive answer. This would be my best guess. You look at the cast, and it's like, all right, you guys could all do other things, I guess. But ain't none of you doing anything bigger than Ted Lasso. So when we get back in that writing room,
that makes sense.
See if we can get everybody a good job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems like, we could end it after season 3, but you know how much Apple will pay for a season 4? And I bet we get enough writers in the room, we could figure out where to take this thing. So I don't know that everybody was excited about Ted Lasso coming back, but I can tell you, as somebody who watched episode 1, season 4 this morning, it felt exactly like a Ted Lasso episode.
Okay.
It felt just like a Ted Lasso episode. So if you like 1, 2, and 3 of Ted Lasso, if you like a good Ted Lasso episode, I don't think you'll be disappointed in episode 1 of season 4. It's streaming right now, Apple TV.
What's the best thing we've read?
Well, over at CBSSports.com, we are doing our summer shoot-around series where we take a specific number of college basketball teams and just try to do 20, 25, 30-minute episodes on them. The latest is on Florida, which is the preseason number 1. I don't think there'll be a unanimous number 1, but they're going to clearly be the number 1 team in the preseason poll. Favorites in the betting markets right now. NCAA tournament champions 2 years ago. Todd Golden has basically done nothing but roster retention and transfer portal. They bring back 6 of the top 7 scores from a team that was a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament and won the SEC, which rated as the toughest league in America. They won that league by 3 games last year, and 6 of the top 7 are back. In addition to the podcast, our college basketball crew over there is doing roster breakdowns on every team that we touch on in the Eye on College Basketball Summer Shoot-Around Series. So if you want to see a great breakdown of the preseason favorite, not only in college basketball, but also obviously the SEC, that's Todd Golden's Gators. You can find it on the college basketball page, cbssports.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's going to be Friday. So by the time we get here at 10 a.m., we're going to know a lot more about that QB2 situation in Arizona.
Thank God.
we're going to have clarity on the QB2 situation in Arizona.
I'm waiting patiently. Yeah.
Can Gardner Minshew hold off Carson Beck? That's the question.
Okay.
Tonight we start to get our answers. Hall of Fame game, Canton, Ohio. Plus, we'll look back at the Fever and the Aces.
Good.
Man. Bet the press conference tonight's going to be wild.
Massive night.
It's a big night.
Yeah.
I'm fired up. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to try to enjoy mine. Let's meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.